Well, hello YouTube. Gosh, I just went and saw Water for Elephants with a friend of mine, Molly, and I greatly enjoyed the movie. Though in some ways, I wish they would have highlighted the circus side of it more. They definitely highlighted a lot of the behind the scenes, but not the stage and the lights and all of that. And I don't know, but overall, I think it's getting great reviews from what I've seen, and it's a really good movie. But I don't want to spend all of my time on that. Go see the movie, enjoy it, love it. It's great. Don't want to spend all of my time on that. Actually, I just logged on and realized that a video by AndrewBraverner is was posted, and it was actually reposted by Nanaloo. And anyway, the name of the video is An Open Letter to YouTube. And basically, Andrew just he's fed up with the system, and I can understand being fed up with the system as somebody who started now a year ago making videos and has seen things grow and has learned things, and then some days doesn't care to do what he learned. And he talks about some of that, such as, you know, if I say something like, who doesn't like specks on their wall over here? And like the video if you've got scratches on your wall, or if you need to repaint your house. I don't know, something like that, and people will like the video. And he makes a comment about that, about a mask in the background, and he talks about kind of the rating system and the lack of variety and all of that, and playing the game and yada yada yada. And so there's a level where me as a YouTuber and as somebody, I mean, as an actor even, I think he would look at me and he would say that my motivations for starting a YouTube were wrong, and yet I disagree with him. I kind of disagree even with his frustrations with the system. I will say yes, the main page doesn't work the same way it used to. I mean, even some videos you'll watch tell you what you're trying to do is get on lists and blah blah, and some of those lists literally do not even exist. There are no pages on YouTube anymore that are the best list of this genre or that genre. Like, there's a little box at the bottom that has like the top videos of 3 different genres, and that's all I get now, I think. I don't even really look at the main page of YouTube, though. I pretty much follow a few different people and go kind of off of whatever my friends send me, and that's how I see stuff. And I see a very big variety of things. That and then stumbling videos like I have. So anyway, I see his frustration with YouTube itself and the community. I do feel the community is growing, and yes, I feel like there are tons of people who come to the community with the complete wrong attitude. And like I said, I think even my attitude about it, though it has changed over time, and I'm sitting here talking to a camera and, you know, just trying to get feedback and connect with people, and I've grown my audience. I thank all of you who view my videos, and I've even made comments about that, how that fluidity is nice. I think one of the things, though, I want to touch on that bothered me about his video, and his video is like 10 minutes long, and I haven't even watched all of it, but it hits a point where he starts complaining about playing the game, as I said earlier, doing the whole thing where if you ask people to like your video in some creative way, they'll like your video. If you put a question in your video, people will answer the question, they'll start the conversation. And he says he doesn't like that. He just wants people to comment on the video for the content that's there. Being a content creator, being somebody who produces, who directs, who writes, edits, acts, and hosts a show, I feel like he might be missing a key in communication. Whenever you're in relationship discussions, whenever you're in a situation where people talk about, well, when you're married, life works this way, or, well, when you're in a relationship with friends or a girl, you have to communicate. Yes, we'd all love for our parents, when we were little, to have just bought us that one gift that was in our mind 24/7 because we wanted it, without having to say anything, because it would have made the gift so much more worth it. When your girlfriend's crying, she would love for you to just give her a hug without her having to say, I could really use a hug right now. But the reality of life is, we have to communicate. So I understand that at the end of the day, it's not me whoring myself out when I ask you, the YouTube community, a question, or if I play the game and actually say something about, hey, please like this video. It is playing the game, it's working the system, but it also is respecting that this is still communication. There are some major motion pictures that miss that, and get viewed as too frilly because they're all about the lights and the spectacle, and they forget the basis of the story, and people usually see those as out there on the edge as far as the indie realm goes, or even big major pictures. And that's kind of the same concept here. You can be ethereal and out there, and I just want to make my art, and my audience is just going to respect that, and then they're going to respond to it. But the reality of it is, at the end of the day, the guy who smiles in his picture and actually shakes hands around school is the guy that became popular and got voted class president. Because he went out there and did the hard work. The guy that was cool and was everybody's friend but never said, hey, will you vote for me? Unless your school was just awesome and people in the audience threw that guy to the front, which I've witnessed happen, but it is very rare, it's not going to happen. And get over it. That's life. It's how communication works. Yes, you have to fight to be seen. Sometimes, when you don't feel like fighting and you just want to make something, just make it and put it out there. And if it gets 30 views, it gets 30 views. I mean, right now I'm doing something I don't really ever do. I'm actually getting frustrated with the camera and talking to you guys. And the video is going a bit long. But if 10 of you watch this and comment on the video and say, we understand where you're coming from, we went and watched his video, or his video was way too long, we didn't watch either of yours, then you do. If nobody comments on this video and it goes nowhere, then I still made it. And I'm not going to fault you for not watching it. That's what I have to say. Yeah, YouTube can be run differently, but me as somebody coming in even later than a lot of these people who have made it to some degree, or who have worked their way somewhat up the ladder but are tired of fighting the system, then just change what you're doing. This is your life. This is your choice. Don't get mad at the system because you have to fight to get views or fight to get on the front page and be popular. You know, I'm gonna link his video, and I did comment on the video. And yes, the biggest statement that comes back to me is the one that I've said a lot since South by Southwest and Felicia Day had her speech, which is, your online campaign is not a booty call. It's a long-term relationship. But it still can be a campaign. That's the truth about it. You can still act yourself. You can still do that. I'm all about being real, and I want you to be. But that takes a level of courage too. And it takes time. And at the end of the day, people might not like you. Facts of life. You have to communicate. At the end of the day, people might not like you. And even if you're the most awesome person in the world, you still might not get any spotlight. But you just admitted that you didn't want to fight for it, so you can't be mad. That's what I think. And go see Water for Elephants. I'll talk to you tomorrow, and if you'd like to like the video or comment, let me know.